Hey everybody, it's me, Roberto Cruz here from the Post Millennial, and I just got back from England. And while I did talk about all the things I disliked, there's also a ton of stuff that I loved about this old, great, beautiful country called England. So in this video, I'm just gonna recap some of the best things about England. Starting with the food. Oh my god. So it's kind of like a myth or something that people say that England has bad food. I think they might have known that, and that's why they colonized the rest of the world, just to get some good grub. Because while I was over there, it seemed like the food was fantastic. It was the best. It was some of the best food. It was very fattening, and as you might have noticed, I've packed on a couple pounds. But it's because it's so damn tasty. And just starting with the breakfast. First day there, walk into a place called Weatherspoons. Really nice establishment. Grab a big breakfast for like 6 pounds. 5-6 pounds, and it is full thing. Sausages, baked beans, blood pudding, which I didn't know was blood, but loved, and bacon. And the bacon is not as good as our bacon, but the breakfast as a whole, I have to say, if there's one thing England does well, it's colonizing. And then breakfast, because goddamn was that ever the best breakfast I ever had in life. Thing I loved about England, a lot of the stuff I liked is very food related, so get ready. The food and drink related, because the drinks I had, look, Canada is known for their beer, but really, let's all admit it, it's all kind of shit, right? It's not the best beer, and I know I just got, some people out there angry, but it's because England's beer and drinking culture as a whole are so much better. I mean, it was 2 o'clock on a Thursday or a Friday, and the pub is full. Everyone's having a nice pint on their lunch break. There's just girls at the bar, like ladies at the bar having a drink with their friends. Like, they're just having a pint. I don't see that here. And just the ability to go up and just say hello to someone and just get chatting away. And the beer itself is colder and crisper. Mwah, 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 mwah. So tasty. Loved it. For half the price, sometimes even less. When you get outside of London, delicious. Easiest place I've ever been to get drunk. Love you for that, England. Another thing that I loved about England, this might have been really my favorite thing, was the people. So we flew into London, spent a few days there, me and my bud, and I gotta say, Londoners, not the nicest, though still sort of warm, but they're not really there for you. You know, it's a major city, everyone's kind of looking out for themselves, maybe a little suspicious of everybody, not very community oriented, but once I went up north, I went up to Liverpool area, totally changed. People were so warm, so happy to see me, just to ask me questions, gave me a big hug. It's like I had known them my whole life. Now, there was a couple times I didn't really understand them with their accents, saying if I wanted to get some scran or whatever. The rest of it was fantastic. Some of the nicest, warmest people. England, great conversationalists too. Everyone is down to just have a chat, a little bit of banter. You can talk with someone for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You won't even know their name. You just say goodbye, never see that person again, hope they have a great rest of their life. England, really great conversations. Loved England for that. Another thing I loved about England, and we're just gonna go right back to food, baby, I didn't know that I would have to go to England to have the best Indian food. It was incredible. I mean, I don't know any of the names of the food that I ate, but god damn, was it ever tasty. This was food that was so perfectly seasoned and spiced that I didn't speak for 3 hours after eating it. My mouth wasn't sure what to do because it was still processing all the delicious and well-made flavors that had just gone through my mouth. I'm actually salivating right now thinking about England's goddamn delicious Indian food. God, you gotta try that. Another thing that I loved about England the accent. It was very charming. It's a nice feature of the country that is way more distinct than anywhere else that I can think of. I mean, the U.S. has a lot of accents, and Canada has a few, out east, and Ontario has one, Alberta definitely. But England's accents are as integral to the country as anything else. I mean, it's an odd thing. It's not something I wouldn't really want in Canada, but it is certainly something that is really interesting, that you can tell where someone's from based on their accent, and just get chatting with them about where they're from, who they support, which is just a question you ask, and that just is asking them what soccer team they like, football club they like, and then you just get chatting away. The whole country is so ready to chat. Lastly, another thing that I loved about England, and I wish we had here in Canada, is a little place called Tesco's. Now, I went to England and I did not know what I was getting into when I saw this massive building that said Tesco's on the front. And I was there, and I was happy to say that I was there for their 100th anniversary. So happy anniversary, Tesco's. But this place, it's like, imagine Walmart or Costco mixed into one with more deals than you can even think of. After a late night, after a couple drinks, stop by at the Tesco's. What do we get? We get a bag of chicken nuggets. What are they called? A bag of chicken dippers, which are sort of like chicken nuggets. 20 of them for 80 pence. What? So for about $1.50, you can get 20 chicken dippers. You can get a Champo. What is that drink called? Vimto. You can get a big thing of Vimto for what? £1, and just go back home, have a nice snack. And that's not the only thing about Tesco's. They sell beer 7 days of the week, 24/7, except for a small period on Sunday. If you can't figure that out, then you're not allowed to drink. I mean, spirits as well, right? So you can also drink wine, hard liquor at 9 a.m. or 3 a.m., whatever the hell you want to do. It's a free country, not like in Ontario where I was born, where you have the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, the LCBO, the Liquor Communist Board of Ontario, telling you when to drink. Or over here in Quebec, you can't buy beer after 11 p.m. and all the shops close. What am I going to do? This is not a great place to be an alcoholic. And I'm telling you, if I had any place in the world that I could drink myself to death in, it would be a Tesco's. Thank you for watching this video, guys. That is everything that I noticed and loved about England, one of the finest countries that I've ever been to. What did I miss? Have you been to England? Is there something that you love about England that I may have forgotten? Let us know in the comments below. My name is Roberto Wakerl Cruz from the Post Millennial. Have a good one.